it's been cool. Like, we decided to take the risk. We believe in ourselves, we believe in our product, we believe in our people, and we believe in our process so much that we're willing to say, hey, don't pay us a dime. Let us work for you and earn your business. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Barndo Show. My name's TJ Norris, and I am a co-founder and CEO visionary of the Barndo Co. We've been building Barndos for the last 4 years, and we have literally built hundreds of them. But we work with thousands of families to help them figure out how to build their piece of the American dream and get a brand new Barndominium. Now, we often get hit up with like, hey, do you build here? Do you build here? And unfortunately, we have not made it across the entire United States yet, but just wait. We're trying to get to you so we can build for you in the area that you live in right now. But if you do live in the Southeast and you're on our website and you're in one of the regions that we cover, the way to get started is onboarding. Now, you've probably watched episodes of me talking about onboarding, and you could go back and see all kinds of different ways that this has evolved over time, but I'm so excited for the way that we revamped it here at the end of 2025. We just completely reworked the way we onboard clients in October of 2025, and it is an incredible new experience. And I just wanted to dive in and share that with you. So, you know, you're in an area that we build in and you want to get started with your Barndo, and you got tons of questions. The best thing to do is go to our website, click the Contact Us form, fill out the few little questions it's going to ask you. That gets you in the system, right? And then someone's going to reach out to you. You're going to be hit via text, email, or maybe even a phone call to try to schedule a time to have a discovery call with one of our Barndo sales professionals. And what they just understand the front end process, and they can answer any questions. There's no pressure, no strings attached, and it's literally just to discover if building a Barndo is right for you and your family, and a chance for you to ask some of those questions that you might be thinking about right now, and get real perspective as it relates to where you live and how we build in that area. But then let's say you have that conversation and you're ready to get started. Onboarding is now zero cost to you. So why did we do that? Well, there's 100 reasons why. But one of the main reasons was we've just got to a place where we feel like we want to help as many people as possible. And one of the biggest draws to creating an onboard process 4 years ago was we wanted to be able to bring people in without them having to commit to build right up front. We want to be able to bring you in. You know, we don't want you to just come shop because it's a cool idea. We want you to be in a place where you're ready to make a decision on how you're going to build on this land that you've just acquired. Or, you know, you've got this vision and you're ready to move, and you're ready to do it relatively soon, sometime in the next, 6 months, 3 months, 12 months, you're ready to go, right? And so onboarding has always been a way for us to help walk you through the process, help you gather all the details, help you get everything in black and white, get it on paper, and give you a preview of what it's going to take financially, timeline, and just see what's possible for you and your family. There's so many questions. We get asked on every single social media post we do, price, put the price. It's not that simple. Again, you've heard me say this on previous episodes, right? We're not mass producing a single product. Almost everything we touch is custom. You may see some of the same floor plans be built, but none of those properties look the same. Everything from the inside to the outside is fully customized, even if you never moved a wall. So everything we do is custom, and everybody's land is different, and everyone's building in a different region, and there's all kinds of constraints and different things that create different prices. So we can get you really close, and you hear us talk a lot about like price per square foot, but there's a reason that we don't just say, hey, build this house for this much money, because it's not real. It's not real. And if somebody's advertising, hey, this costs $300,000, right? Maybe it does. And that just doesn't sit well with us. So we like to give ranges, and we like to be able to, kind of give you an idea of what it would cost. But the importance is there's a lot to consider. And so onboarding now costs you nothing. So you get on the phone, We have a brand new sales tool. So when you're on that discovery call, we can literally walk you down and put you in a vehicle that fits your budget needs, fits your size requirements, all those things, and kind of like put you in a vehicle, let you test drive that thing and see what that feels like. And then you can make a determination if you want to build stock with us or if you want to go into design and work with our design teams to create something that's truly unique to you and your family. And each of those kind of have their own pricing models, right? In addition to that, we've tried to listen to our customers over the years and develop all kinds of ways to be cost effective and figure out what really serves your needs. So you could be looking at a floor plan and get into our SFH, our Southern Farmhouse Collection, which is one of our most, affordable options. And the way we do that is just a different way of building. And sometimes that's all you need. So you could build an SFH. You could go into one of our hybrid models that we're rolling out in 2026, or you could go with the true Barndo legacy plans that you've seen, and you've seen the way we build them. And each of those has its own unique pricing. Each of them have their own unique limitations and abilities to be built on different types of terrain and different kinds of ways of building and producing the final results. But it's got to be unique to you, and it's got to be unique to your tastes, your preferences, and also your dirt. So the new onboarding experience is probably one of the best things we've ever created. So you get on the phone, you decide to onboard, it costs you nothing, you get in the system, they immediately connect you. A lot of people struggle with like financing and all these things. So on the new onboarding process, you can get connected on the same day to any of our preferred lenders, start having conversations. If you've already got a lender and you're curious if they're going to work with us, we start connecting those dots right on the front end. Another thing that we do now is like within 5 to 10 days of your onboard, you're in a showroom and you're walking through and looking at all the selections that we have. We're showing you everything that's considered a standard selection, which will fit inside of that budget that you've got from a sales agent when you're talking about size and options and stuff, all the way up to like where upgrades happen. So you kind of have this running total in your mind of like, okay, so this is what they consider to be a stock inclusion of selections. And then here's some areas we wanted to do things differently. And you could kind of start seeing where some price differences could occur depending on what your tastes are and where you want to spend money in your home. Now, right after that, we're sending our team to your property to meet you on site. And we're going to do a couple things there. Now, again, before that meeting can happen, there's some preliminary stuff that has to be in place with positioning of the home. What type of septic is it? Is it are you going to have a well? Do you have city provided utilities there? Well, there's some things, and we walk you through all of that. You don't have to do it alone. You don't have to guess. We're literally there to guide you from concept to closing, and we will align all of these things, and then you'll be standing on your property with our team, and we'll be looking at where are you wanting to locate the home. And we'll put a flag in the ground, right? Hey, this is where it's going to be. Here's where that front door is going to be. I'm sure you've seen like, hey, future front door signs. Like that's when this is happening. So we're there on your property. We're orienting the house. We're figuring out where the utilities need to be and where the septic would be, where tie-ins are going to come in. We're positioning the house, the way you're envisioning it. And then we're also taking pictures. We're bringing a grader out to site. We're getting all of the preliminaries there so we can say, hey, we're building this home roughly this size, and this is the lay of your land and where you want it, and this is how the foundation is going to have to be dealt with. This is what the grading costs are going to be. We're looking at the access. Are we going to have to put in a construction drive? Is there a driveway coming in? What type of finish are we doing on the driveway? And when we provide that grading quote, we're not just talking about clearing trees and pushing dirt. We're talking, any clearing that needs to be done, land development, lot development to get you a driveway. We're putting in the rough grade. We're figuring mucking in a pad so that we can build. If there's a basement situation, we're calculating digging out the basement. And then we're also including mid-grade, final grade, finish grade. There's everything that we're giving you is a turnkey solution to when that home is done and you get the keys. All of that's been factored into these preliminary numbers that we're giving you on the front end. And so if you're doing a stock or SFH, our goal is within about 30 to 45 days, you're sitting there with a full ready-to-view proposal that you could sign on, get you into financing, and then you're just a few months away from breaking ground on your dream. If you're going the custom route and you're working with our designers, again, you're kind of leading that charge. Our goal is to make that a 100-day or less experience, and that might sound like a ton of time, but it's a lot when you start sitting down with the designer and you're trying to get something out of your brain on the paper and start drawing it and keeping things within reason, within the budget. And the great news is, when we connect you with lenders now, like, your pre-approval is tied to the size and the style and the selections, and you've been in the showroom and you understand where upgrades can occur. And so when you get to that 100-day mark, or maybe a little longer if you're kind of undecided when you're meeting with designers, or maybe a little faster if you really zoned in on what you want, again, everything's been considered. And at that point in time, you get a proposal with what this house will cost with all stock finishes and the grading allotments and any utility features that we had to include. And then on the side, you'll have a wish list of all the areas where you elected that you would, if the budget will allow, you want to do upgrades. And then we kind of get to piece all that together and get you in a position where you're ready to sign, get pushed into finance, or make that initial deposit if you're paying cash. And again, you're like a month or two away from breaking ground on your dream home. And the beautiful thing behind this is, the only cost incurred is if you come in and you're wanting to do custom. Once you've done your site visit with our team and you've came into the showroom and kind of got a feel for what are stock finishes, what are upgrades, and things like that, you only pay a $2,500 design fee. And then you get to work with our team, create your plans. Those are yours. So you can keep those plans. And again, it goes back to the idea that we've always had. We want you to choose us, not just use us. And our ability to navigate and guide people down the road, it will get you to a place where when you sign, you're fully confident that this is the right fit for you and your family. And we're fully confident that you and your family are a right fit for us. And so that makes for a great experience building, right? And we've had so many years and so many thousands of clients come through that we've been able to perfect this and really focus a lot of our attention on process, not just product. We know we have a great product, but the process has evolved so much because we're really clear on what type of build it is, what are your wishes and wants, and we're able to pack that in to a neat proposal where everything's laid out for you in black and white. And when you sign with the Barndo Co, the price you sign is the price you pay. There's no unknowns. There's no, worry of, well, what if we go slightly over budget? That we assume that risk. So again, are there opportunities to go meet with builders and break ground faster? Sure. But we try to take a little bit more time in that onboarding phase because we want to dot our I's and cross our T's and get a real proposal with everything outlined so you know exactly what you're paying for and exactly what you're getting. And so that onboarding process is absolutely insane. And I feel like there's a lot of people who are very interested and they were sitting on the fence and you were just afraid to invest that initial $500 or $7,500 to get started in the process. And so we realized that, right? Like it's a lot to think about. And so we decided as a company to make it absolutely free, so that you don't have to worry about, am I spending this money? Am I making a bad decision? All the pressure's gone. Come in, work with us, be certain before you're committed to do anything. And again, if you go through the onboard process at the end, if it didn't work out, hey, no harm, no foul. Carry on, and now you know, and you can go meet with other people and figure out what the solution to your problem is. And we want everybody that signs up with us to be in a place where they know that this is the best choice. And again, we know that we're the best choice and you're the best choice for us, and we can work together to deliver the perfect outcome, which is your dream home, your piece of the American dream that you and your family can move into and enjoy everything and hopefully never have to build again. But the onboarding process has been completely revitalized and put in a place to where it's so accessible. As a matter of fact, the first month that we launched it, we had 3 times the amount of people come into the system than we'd ever had in company history. And the crazy part about it is like the experience has been so amazing because there's no pressure and none of that fear of like you've made this investment and you're still uncertain. So it's been cool. Like we decided to take the risk. We believe in ourselves. We believe in our product. We believe in our people, and we believe in our process so much that we're willing to say, hey, don't pay us a dime. Let us work for you and earn your business. So again, if you're thinking about building, you got land and you're like, I'm just, it's getting time and I'm ready to go. The best thing you could do is go to thebarndomco.com, click contact us, get in the system, and let one of our people reach out to you, schedule a time to talk through some things, and then take the step to onboard. You'll be blown away. The experience has been revolutionized from the beginning to today, and we're always trying to make it better. And so I'm excited to see where we're going, but man, am I pumped that we were able to completely redesign what we already thought was a perfect process and make it even better, make the risk factor even lower for consumers to make sure that the biggest investment of your life is the perfect fit. There's so much more that we could talk about with onboarding that I could possibly fit it into this episode. So if you will, go check out this video that I did with Lance and Nick, the Director of Sales and Director of Construction at Barndo Co, where we dive in a little more about all the unique features and benefits, and you can hear it from their perspective and how they're bringing value to the table.